Welcome back to the coverage of the Advanced Warfare Pro League. Mr. X joined by Jack. Courage dancing around over there.
Dude, I'm just getting hyped, man. We're in the lobby. I just went huge in that S&D.
Right.
You did poorly, so it's good to be back.
Yeah, so we are in the lobby, as you mentioned, of the Denial versus OpTic Gaming matchup. And the first thing I want to note, Clayster is playing. So
yes.
Something that we haven't seen them play with all weekend. No, playing with Classic. How do you think it works with Clay?
I mean, it'll be interesting. I think that this squad, I mean, you look at it once again, it's something that is so crazy right now in the COD scene is all these rosters being put together, like even this one. When you look at it on paper, a lot of times replays gets overlooked for how high quality of a player he is. Attach has been known to go huge in all these situations and on LAN, always bringing up big numbers. JCap and Clay, two of the veterans of the COD scene, so you'd be like, wow, this team should be incredible. But right now, JCap and Clay were just on that Envy squad that they got dropped from or traded from, where they just didn't do big things. I don't really see much happening here. I mean, I haven't seen the hyped Clay in so long, I feel, and I hope with his next team he goes to, we see that energy that we saw with him with OpTic Gaming at X Games, or in his past when he's just been going huge with those previous squads.
Yeah, no, we really didn't see Clay come into his own on Envy. I think it was a weird fit even from the start.
Yeah.
And then I think, even for him to go and play with JCap again, I don't think that's something that either of them are too high on. But the game is loading up right now. You can see little map fly through. That is Detroit. It's going to be Detroit Hardpoint first map. Who do you favor in this one, Jack?
I'm going with OpTic Gaming right off the bat. They're on point. They know what they're doing. The respawn is at the point it needs to be. If I'm not mistaken, they didn't lose a single respawn on Saturday or Sunday at Orlando, so I definitely expect them to go huge here. Take map number 1 and move that throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Although it is on Replays' house, so that's something to look out for. Formal being all the way there in California. Going to be interesting to see how he is going to play this. And it's very, let's see their setup at the start. So OpTic's going to run 4 ASMs off the start. Let's see the setup from Denial, and it's going to be Clayster running a bow. So that's something to keep a note out for too. But Attach is going to come into Hospital, pick up 1 right away, and 2 quick kills on the board for this Denial team, but OpTic able to control the hill area.
Yeah, and you can tell when a team feels comfortable when a player like Crim6 just jumps top Atlas and picks up a 2-piece, right? Attach won the gunfight inside Hospital, but the rest of OpTic slayed where they needed to, giving them control at the start, but Denial able to bounce back here. 6-3 in favor of them right now.
Yeah, but I'm on board with Scump, Jack, and Scump in this game, usually we see him play, obviously all the past Call of Duties, but one of the most explosive players in all of Call of Duty, but never really getting that consistency. But with this team, he's found a ton of consistency. I mean, at Orlando, he absolutely took over on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where Scump is right now. I have said it time and time again. People always ask me, who's the best player in the game? Scump is for me right now. He always drops big numbers. People are saying, oh, Crim and Formal being added to the squad. Is he still going to go as big? He's got even bigger since they've been added. When those guys are dropping big numbers, he's just one-upping them always. He is the #1 most consistent player in the game in my eyes.
I'm going to actually differ from you a little bit. I'm actually going to say I think Formal is really the one who kind of holds everything together for this team. He's so consistent, communicates well, doesn't have an issue taking the backseat. I think Formal is definitely, he might be the best player in the game, but Attach starting off hot for Denial, as Denial keeps it close, 24-29 right now, and they're actually pushing out from with this hardpoint. Attach starting off 11-6.
Yeah, I think you said Replays was host. He's actually 2-5 right now, so that's interesting to see from him. As you can see, though, 13 seconds left. We're going to be rotating towards this garage hill, and it's going to be won by OpTic Gaming as they're already in position, but as you can see on your mini-map, all the red arrows of Denial moving towards that back glass building. Let's see if they can break it here and get control early on.
Right, so the one player I'd be looking at is Replays, and he's in a very good spot to break this hill anchor position, and it's going to be Attach coming in and picking up another kill, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can break this. Replays working all the way around the outside. He's going to have to pick up this kill in front of him if they want to hold that spawn. So he's able to pick it up, and you see all 3 of his members pop up right next to him. Replays picking up 2 huge kills as he's going to try and push up this ramp. Clayster picking up 1. Great break from Denial.
Yeah, very, very, very impressive break. And what you saw from them was they knew, give him the first 10-15 seconds, let's flank the Atlas building, let's get the guy anchoring, and now they hold control of the hill. But OpTic Gaming flooding back in from all angles and doing what Denial just did, but even quicker.
Absolutely, and you're going to have Formal on the hill, and he's going to be the last line. He's going to be taken out by replays. Scump is going to run in, try and flood this, hold it down for OpTic Gaming. He's going to have to go pretty big, but he's got Crim behind him. And I think what makes OpTic Gaming so difficult is you're going to have to run and gun with them and outgun them for an entire 10 minutes, an entire hardpoint game. That's where it might go through lulls where they're not hot, they're not playing well, but once these players start heating up, so difficult to beat.
Oh, 100%. And right now, spawns are in favor of OpTic. Denial holding on, though, but it looks like it's going to finally be broken here. Clay using that PAL, though, from back post alley, able to pick up 2. All trading, going back and forth here. Who's finally going to get control of it?
The huge 2 kills from Nadeshot right there, and it looks like it's going to be JCap in control of the hill. JCap, a player we haven't spoken much about on Advanced Warfare. On that NV team, a lot of the stuff we talked about was Clay and Merc and, Nameless. Cap never really mentioned in what was going on with him and whatnot, but if Cap can turn into a very productive player, this Denial team can definitely make some noise.
Oh, definitely. And we mentioned it time and time again. It's going to come down to these new teams really building the squad they need to and having the right mindsets and putting in the effort to take down OpTic Gaming. OpTic now up by 40 seconds here as we go into the final hill of the first rotation. Denial, though, with the early control.
Right, so Formal, I was on with Nadeshot. Nadeshot was trying to get on that rotation early. He was taken out. Formal got on it a little bit early. He's going to take one out mid-street, but Denial doing a very good job of holding down this hard point. Looks like it's going to be trying to flood it, but Attach and JCap going big in the hill, picking up those kills. And this Denial team, they don't really have a so-called, superstar standout player. I guess it would be Attach, but they just play solid fundamentals, and they never really are going to lose any games by making bad mental mistakes.
Oh yeah, and I think both squads also have that here too, that same mentality and characteristic. But as you can see right now, 111, 112 to 89 now in favor of OpTic Gaming. Something I do want to point out, Matt, is 3 players of Denial are using trophy system.
Yeah.
And 3 players of OpTic are using stuns. And that's kind of been the back and forth argument we've seen so far in AW. Stuns so lethal. What's kind of the good balance to have right now? 3 stuns for OpTic and 3 stuns for Denial here after the first side.
OpTic plays a little bit more, I want to say Black Ops 2, where they throw a ton of tacticals, but we were on with Clayster there as Clay picked up an insane, 3-piece and then able to pick up the last player. So very nice plays from Clay, but look, Denial keeping this one a lot closer than I think any of us could have anticipated.
Yeah, right now, OpTic only up by 15. Clayster really heating up here in the last 2 minutes now, 26 and 17. The only player using the BAL in the game. Do you think that's what's making the difference right here, Matt?
Well, he's just able to pick up kills from a distance, right, with the BAL. That's really his kind of play, but we saw him push right up into school and make tons of plays, and Clay is on fire. Definitely putting on a show here, showing why he's still one of the better players in Call of Duty, that although it didn't work out with Envious, it wasn't anything skill-wise, it was just a roster fit, which is what he was saying in the interview when we were talking to him earlier today.
Yeah, and he was tweeting over and over saying, I can't believe people are doubting my skill now just because I've struggled with, just because Envy wasn't the thing that worked out, Then he tweeted something along the lines of, oh, second time I've played without Envy and I'm in the finals of another 5K or 2K. So it's interesting to see how that mindset is working in for him. He wants to prove himself, almost at 30 kills now with still 3.5 minutes remaining.
Right, but you see Crim, he knows where these players are going to be coming from on Denial, and he's going to do a nice job of just running around trying to get this flank right here. I wouldn't be shocked if he picked up this one player to his right. He is going to pick that player up, but quickly taken out. Denial doing a good job of forcing in that back area and breaking that in replays, picking up 2 huge kills. He's got to know they're coming from the back, though, with his teammates spawning in front of him. Just wasn't looking. Got taken out pretty easy.
Yeah, something we've overlooked, though, Matt, is the game is now tied, though. Denial able to come back here after a 40-point deficit, only down by 6 seconds here, and they've now gained control and are going to take the lead here in Green Room. It's up to OpTic to hold this back anchor position and really get these first seconds off the garage hill.
Clay lost a huge gun battle to Nadeshot, though, but it doesn't matter. JCap's going to pick up 2 in the next garage hill. Absolutely massive kills from JCap. If he died right there, OpTic gets control and they get spawned right off the break, but it's going to be Scump who breaks this hill, and that's one thing that Scump's been doing such a great job at. The first one into most of these hills, he's able to pick up, those 2 pieces that break the whole thing open for OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it there. He was able to get 1, but unfortunately, great push from Denial behind, able to pick up 2. Nade, though, gets 3 of his own here, and OpTic Gaming able to re-break the hill. Matt, right now it is a back and forth trade fest. What's going to be the difference maker to really hold down this hill for over 2 seconds at a time?
The next hill is going to be make or break for me. You know, now that Denial has broken this OpTic, they're going to have maybe 1 or 2 chances to push this and get some time. And that's that one push right there. I'd like to see them start rotating, because you see where Denial is spawning. They're spawning all the way in this next hill, and we're on board with replays right now. This is a huge gunfight. If he can just hold this off a little bit before all those players get there from OG, he's going to be able to control this for this team, but he drops, and now you're going to see the spawns drastically change. Great rotation and decision out of OG to commit to this next hill early.
Yeah, and right now, OpTic Gaming with control of it, and that was a huge kill in the back of the map there, coming in from Formal, switching to that bow, holding down the spawns. Now all 4 players of Denial are spawning back green. They have no shot of breaking this, and Scump is on fire now on a 5-kill streak.
Right, I'm on board with Scump, and he's just sitting in this window causing chaos, and this is exactly what you wanted if you're OpTic Gaming. You know, you get your team in control of this hill, and you're able to lock it down pretty easy, and when you have submachine gun players as good as Scump on a 7 streak right now, Courage, it is very difficult to break in on an 8 streak. Make it 9. See, he's got one player in front of him. He's going to get taken out. Crim last one in the hill. But, you know, with one more hill to go back at that school, it's going to be difficult for Denial to break this. They're going to have to hold the rest of this time.
Yeah, now down by 28 seconds here. Going to move into the final hill. Oh, just kidding, 18 seconds. Now only down by 10, though.
Huge kills by J-Gap.
Yeah, big kills here in the front. Clay completely covering those middle steps. Look at these shots coming in from him. Great work.
Yeah, we're on board with Clay, and there's going to be one player who's going to try and break him from the front. Cap's going to get that call. He's going to take that player out. J-Cap's going to take 2, but OpTic Gaming's able to break that, and I love the play from Scump here on your screen. He's going to push this out, try and knock those spawns far away, able to absolutely destroy replay. Scump with a 3-piece here at the end, coming down to the wire, but it looks like OpTic Gaming is going to take this one, Courage.
I'm going to just go out and say it right there. Scump single-handedly ended that final hill for Denial. Their final push that they could to come back in this game. He picked up all 3 of them. OpTic Gaming going to win the first match of this series by over 20 seconds here on Detroit Hardpoint. Clay, though, did all he could, dropping 36 and 35, but really the difference maker at the end, Matt, was that Clay just cooled down, and that was it for Denial.
Yeah, once Clay cooled down, you know, they didn't really have much going in the slaying department, and you know, I think the real thing was Scump heating up. I mean, those last 2 hills, I mean, go on that 8 streak, and then at the end here, you know, to get that 3-piece over on that Atlas side of the wall, just absolutely dominating performance from him. He is going to finish the map 39 and 28, so just choking a 40 bomb by 1 kill. Formal also 38 and 35, something I mentioned yesterday. We don't talk about Formal a lot, but always putting up good numbers. And when we come back from this quick commercial break, we're going to have map number 2. It's going to be an S&D. Don't know the map. We'll try and get the map list for you guys, but it's going to be OG versus Denial. Stay tuned, guys.